All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we need to talk about the patch, and I don't have bad news. Honestly, it's actually a very good patch. We're going to go through the patch notes, of course, one by one, but my concerns as well about few specific things. And no, don't worry, I'm not gonna talk about. Hey, yeah, it's gonna this is gonna make the game too easy. No, no, no. That's like that's gonna be fixed eventually. No, no, no. That we're not here for that. Anyway. Alright, guys, before getting into the video with no breaks, I'd like to take a few seconds to talk about our new sponsor, Chad Computers. Love the name, by the way. I'd buy a PC from them just because of it. Jokes aside, I'd like to show you a special offer, the Firebat T6AX gaming laptop. You can see the specs right now on screen. It has an RTX 4060 with 8 gigs of VRAM. Honestly, the standard GPU for getting your first laptop. 16.1 inches monitor with 240 Hz refresh rate, and an AMD R7 7435H CPU with 8 cores and 16 threads, and can clock itself up to 4.5 GHz. AMD CPUs have been on the better end lately, so this is just a plus. You also get 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM at 4800 clock speed, and in the bundle, you will also be able to get a $60 Steam game. And not gonna lie, Black Myth Wukong, which just came out, will be the perfect pick for me. You can get this product via my affiliate link, you can find it in the description. Many thanks to Chat Computers for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video, let's start. Okay, we have general, balanced general. So this means that previously partial damage dealt 50% of full damage, which we found to be overly punishing, and reduced effectiveness too much, leading to an excessive reliance on high armor penetration weapons. We have now increased partial damage to 65% of full damage to address this issue. This means that when you get the white hit marker, which means that you have the same penetration as the armor you're shooting at, you now will deal only 35% less damage rather than 50% less damage, which, I mean, okay, it's fine. Like, I didn't mind having 50% less, but yeah, this is actually a nice improvement. I like it. And here's the biggest concern I'm about. this one. This one I really do not like. Absolutely not. The Helldiver now takes less damage from headshots, which previously dealt 100% extra damage. This is obviously a lie. If you watched Eravin's video, this is not 100%, it's 200%. But now inflict 50% extra damage. I don't know if this was reduced to like from 200 to 100, from 200 to 100, or from 200 to 50. We'll have to check. I guess the stats nerds will have to do that. Anyway, let's move on. Damage, and they reduce the headshot damage, and to compensate for this, compensate for what? For dying in one shot? What the fuck are you compensating? Damage from hits to other body parts has been slightly my ass. It has been increased quite a bit, depending on the area hit. These adjustments aims to normalize overall damage while maintaining the tail damage zone, reducing spike damage. Yeah, it really doesn't do this well because headshots still hurt a lot, even with vitality booster. Like it almost feels like the nerfed vitality booster, because even with that, headshots still deal pretty much the same damage as before, and now you're pretty much just a piece of paper. You die almost instantly. No, not really almost instantly, but everything just hurts so much. And I noticed this mostly on the bug front. On the automaton front, actually everything is it's a lot better because of the things the developers decide to introduce, like the things I suggested in my previous video. We're gonna talk about it in a moment. But yeah, this is my only complaint about the patch. Like somehow they had to kind of fuck something up. And I will explain why. Let's move on. I will explain why. Lib and Lib Carbine, these two were actually pretty good, and this is just even better. Like 10 more damage, a little bit more durable damage, which is fine. A bit more stagger force, this is for probably stuff like hunters, which is pretty nice. Max per magazines, nice. I'm sad to see that the adjudicator didn't get any extra magazines. Like that thing eats through ammo like crazy. Anyway, and starting spare magazine from 5 to 6. Okay. Knight, guys, if you have this weapon, please fucking try it out because this is so fucking good now. Reduce recoil is nice, but the damage increase, dude. 50 more damage. It's just like bro, it's just so good. You guys need to play with the Knight. And you know and if you want to try a combo, play Knight, grenade launcher, which got buff too, and of course ammo pack, supply pack. You're gonna have a good time, especially against bugs. Trust me. I love the Knight. I gave it a try in a couple of games today. It's just so fucking good. I love it. Okay, Liberator Concussive. This didn't really get like. Sure, you have a fat ass magazine. Like, damn, 60 rounds, bro. That's like a whole lot. But what am I gonna do? Am I gonna sit right there? And of course, they did they reduce the mag count here? Yes, they reduced from 10 to 6. So you're gonna sit shooting at the Brood Commander for like what 30 seconds, pew 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 pew, and you're probably not gonna kill it, or maybe you will, but you know you have a low rate of fire, and the damage wasn't changed. But sure, you can now keep shooting, but the problem with this weapon is the time to kill. It just takes so long. Sure, I can keep them stunned, but eventually I'm gonna get overwhelmed. This is just not the type of gameplay you wanna play with the uh, with the Liberator concussive or with the concussive weapon. And I'm sorry, but the pummeler just is just better at this point. But yeah, let's hope they give some more love to the Libconk. Tenderizer. Oh yes, they gave it 5 more mag sign, which it's like they removed the like sorry. This was nerfed from 35 to 30 when they increased the damage, and now they're bringing it back to 35, which is nice. Mag size is what was keeping this weapon at bay, but now it's even better. And they also increased the starting mags from 4 to 5. Nice. Breaker, they brought it back to release. Nice. Like this shotgun was pretty good even after the nerf, and now it's even better. So 16 shells total and more stagger, I guess, always for small things like hunters. Spray and pray. I tried the spray and pray. This one is pretty good. More damage, and now it has a duckbill muzzle, which makes the shells, sorry, the pellets spread horizontally, which is pretty good. It can clear up shaft enemies even better than before. It's good. You should try the spray and pray. Oh, the sight, good old sight. Okay, so cooldown faster, very good, nice. Adjusting to the VFX, I didn't notice this, but it's fine. The scope is actually pretty good. Like you have the, I think you have the same scope as the Liberator on 25 meters. The move recoil is nice and sets enemies on fire faster. I didn't notice much difference, but the problem with the sight is that it still takes too long to kill enemies. Like you're gonna overheat so fucking fast, no matter what. And even if you stop firing, you're gonna overheat. It's just this weapon especially needs more DPS, at least up to the 500s. Because come on, dude, the sequel has 687 DPS. Why can't the site have it too? Come on, dude. And crossbow, this one I didn't try because I don't like the crossbow too much because it has such a slow ass rate of fire. If they only gave it a bit faster rate of fire, it would be so good. Like I don't know why, but after you fire, there is a huge ass delay before the weapon loads another dart, like automatically. Like I think they should have like 25 to 50% faster rate of fire. But yes, the buff of course is welcome. You get a 50% explosion in radius, and holy shit, explosion damage increase. Nice. This is the then they brought it back to OG crossbow. Nice. Yes. Okay, then it's very good, but it will be even better with that extra rate of fire. And boys and girls, the Raptor is back, guys. It's not as good as it was when it was released, but it packs that massive punch. It's good. You can kill alpha commanders in just a couple of hits. It is good, and I didn't even notice the self damage. I used it for like 2 3 games. I never got hit by the shrapnel, while the enemies got hit plenty. Even enemies that were like far away from the explosion, they got killed or hit. Like the Raptor is back on track, guys. You guys should try it. It's good. It is very good, especially for people that enjoy AOE weapons like me. I'm a sucker for AOE weapons that require precision, like shooting in the middle of groups to get the maximum efficiency out of that explosion. Like, mwah, chef kiss. The defender was actually balanced. I don't understand why they buffed it, but I guess to make it a bit better than the pummeler, of course, which is of course welcome. I can't wait for the weapon customization so I can put a better scope on this, because the fucking reflex sight is trash. Jesus Christ. Especially the most sights are garbage if you don't play on high settings. Because of course, if I do that, my PC is gonna scream at me. Especially now that since we are still kind of in the summer, but thankfully there's it has been cooling down. The Leap Pen gets a massive 15 damage buff. No, not 15%, just 15 raw, which is juicy. I tried it out. It's good. I love it. Leap Pen is now good. Both snipers, amazing. The counter sniper, especially with the fixed scopes against bots, this is just godly. With this buff to this point, you don't need the Dominator anymore. With the Dominator only gives you more stagger and 75 more damage, but since now enemies flinch, we're gonna talk about that later, this is just godly. And also the Dominator has a slow ass projectile. I was surprised that they didn't buff the Dominator. We'll get to the stuff they didn't buff, don't worry. Blitzer, and with this, I'm happy to say that they introduced my idea, the cumulative stagger. Even though they introduced it only on a few weapons, maybe they're just testing it out how it performs. Which I'm so fucking happy they introduced it. Like yes, please. And torture, okay, torture and the flamethrower and all that. They got increased damage and AP4, and so now they can damage the charges, and of course they reverted the flame effects, I suppose. But the big problem with this kind of weapons, the torture, the flamethrower, and what the crisper? No. What was the? Yes, the crisper. Probably the crisper. Like this gets so much punished by this. Okay, because enemies that like especially because the flamethrowers are mostly useful on the bug side, right? They get punished by this because enemies that have their head removed, they just rush forward and they perfectly know your position. Like that's kind of bullshit. They need to nerf this somehow. But and with now they deal more damage. You're gonna die fast. Like at least with the flamethrower, the primary and secondary weapons actually give you more freedom when you fire. They don't punish your movement speed that much, but for the flamethrower, this is just so punishing. Like I don't know why they would do this. Like sure, like maybe they went, guys, if you want to be glass cannons, then you will be glass cannons. No, I didn't want to be a glass cannon. I just wanted my guns to not suck. You overbuff them, and I'm not complaining, but I didn't want to be a piece of paper that dies to the first gush of wind that hits me. Okay, I don't like this. And yes, especially with light armor, you can feel this. It can be mitigated by medium and heavy armors, but trust me, having that movement speed is just better than any damage reduction you could ever want. Because having slow movement speed, it means that when you get slowed by acid, you're even slower, especially because hunters slow you all over the place. Like, no cap on that. And they really need to rethink of this. Like, nope. Anyway, and that was my thoughts on the torture buffs. Like, sure, I love the buff, absolutely, but making us more vulnerable to damage while these weapons force us to get close to our enemies and take damage, like, no, bro, that just doesn't work. Like, if I wanted to play a fire only build, I would be like, okay, bro, I'm gonna equip the heaviest armor that I know of, heaviest medic, so I get that high HP pool, I get that damage reduction. But no, you are slow, you die fast anyway, and that's it. Like, bro, no, please. Anyway, sidearms, Peacemaker. Okay, one extra spare mag. Sure, I've seen a couple of people using this, but why use this when you have the verdict? Yes, dagger. They buffed the dagger quite a bit. They increased the. If I'm not mistaken, they increased. This means that they increased the fighting time, like from 5 to 7 seconds. And guys, the dagger has 7 seconds. The sight has 8. 1 second extra, bro. Like, bro, at least give me more time of firing on the side too. Give me 10 seconds. No, no, why not? And sure, this pistol is a lot better now, especially now it deals only 100 less damage than the sight. And I feel like this is now a decent secondary, especially for what it offers: 7 seconds, infinite ammo, and what three magazines, 3 ICEs, something like that. Remove the recoil, and yeah, for a weapon that you can fire while you are running, because it's a single-handed weapon, and you can fire the laser behind you and set enemies on fire. This is actually pretty good, and it all revolves around the sight. It needs more love, please. Then, of course, Crisper, the same buffs at the Torture and Flamethrower. The Flamethrower actually got only a 33% damage buff, but the Flamethrower deals more base damage. Now, I think this deals like 350, something like that. 375, maybe. Yeah, 375. Let's go to support weapons. And I liked how they split the anti-tank weapons here, because they are all pretty good no matter what, because these weapons you use against chargers, it's fine. You shoot them in the leg, remove the armor, finish off with your primary. That's good. When you use a quasar on an expendable, and spear and how is it called, recoilless rifle, legit insta kill those those fucking chargers in one body shot. And yes, now, of course, it takes only 2 rockets to the head of a Bile Titan from a recoilless, and it goes down. 1 missile of the spear, and it goes down. But even if it hits the body, it still hurts. Like, I think it makes them bleed. And also, yes, this works on Impalers too. For example, Impaler can't really be insta-killed, but if you shoot their leg with the recoilless, you remove the armor and you can quickly finish them off with your primary, which is good. Otherwise, it's just 2 shots of a spear, or 1 shot and let him bleed out. But it takes a bit for him to bleed out. And with this, the Patriot Exosuit is back, guys. The Patriot Exosuit rocket launcher is now fucking back and is now reliable. But unfortunately, I have to say that despite this, the buffs that the Emancipator got just straight out make it a lot better than the Patriot, because it has super fast rate of fire, 100 shots, 150 durable damage, AP5 on it. To make this both balanced, I think the Patriot should get at least 1,500 to 2,000 shots in the machine gun, because they 1,000 is just, they go down so much, especially it eats so much of them, especially on high difficulties. With a bit more ammo in the drum of the machine gun, and should be pretty good. And yes, so they did a very good job on splitting the AT. They are all good. I gave a try to the Quasar. It deals good amount of damage even to Bile Titans. It's good. I like it. I just love it. Then I talked about the grenade launcher. They gave it 2 starting magazines, and right, 2 starting spare magazines, and gave it 1 extra magazine, which is nice. Finally, some love to the grenade launcher. And of course, this is so good. Explosion radius increased is so good. It's good. Also, I believe this is a shadow buff, because I think they also reduced the explosion drop off with this because now it kills biospheres in 2 hits. Before it was always 3. Now it's 2, which I think they shadow buffed this, but they probably forgot to mention. Go try the grenade launcher. You'll see I'm right. I love it. And with the nerf to the charger, they reduced the underbelly of the charger, I believe, of down to 2. You can now shoot right there and like damage it a lot, but you'll probably pop the ass much faster than kill it by splashing the belly. Oh yes, I didn't try the laser cannon. It's gonna be so good. I'll have to try it later. Yes, remove the recoil. Now sets enemies on fire faster, and of course can now damage those kind of enemies because it has AP4 and cools down faster. The laser cannon is just gonna be so good. It was good before. It's gonna be even better now. Erg thrower. Yes, yes. The friendly fire killing machine, Helldiver machine. I've seen only a couple, and yes, I've got killed by these things. I'm not an arc thrower player. Like this is a weapon I use when I want to like to turn my brain off. But I'm sure many will love these changes to the arc thrower. It now staggers chargers. I've seen a guy shoot a charger with the arc thrower. Charger immobilized. Like if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was on the first hit, but it just stops them in place. Like that was so beautiful. I was like, holy shit. Anyway, railgun. Holy shit, the railgun. They fucking stuffed it with so much shit. It deals so much damage now. Yes, you can 2 shots the Bile Titans to the face with this. It's just so good. I'm sure they're gonna tone it down a bit in the next updates, which is fine because you will get this durable damage from overcharging your shots. Also, one thing I forgot to say, they added a bunch, actually a ton of sound cues for the railgun. It has a sound cue for when it's charging. It's not like a sound cue like an alarm, but you can hear it like increasing power when it charges. And they also added a sound cue for the ball spewers. Now, like when they like they spot you, they make a sound. They make different sounds now. They are less stealthy than before. And if you didn't notice, even the stalkers, they have a distinct sound when they are invisible and approaching you. The first time you're gonna see them, hear them, you're gonna memorize it, and it's beautiful. I didn't mind stalkers being completely silent, but this additional sound cues is lovely. I love it. Good job on the sound department there. Very good job. They did a very good job. I'm so happy with that. Then they buffed our stalwart. Nice. I'm happy. More damage, more durable damage, and more stagger force. Okay, stagger force for the machine gun. Even though I was hoping for a couple extra buffs for the machine gun and heavy machine guns, but I guess it's fine now because they reduced armor on many enemies. So this can now kill chargers. They increase the stagger, and oh yes, they also buffed the AMR, which is just so good. Increase stagger, nice again. Of course, it can now damage, but what is important, and I had suggested in my balance video, more durable damage. This can now pop heads of alpha commanders in 1 hit every time. Before it was like of a kind of a 50-50 if you would pop the head in 1 hit. Now this removes the head of alpha commanders in 1 shot. I love this. Nice. On the commando, they decided to take the path of, well, removing the 1 shot from the fabricators, but they increased it to 2, which I guess it's fine. But since this is a weapon that is expendable and only has 4 rockets, it means I can only destroy 2 fabricators with it, which, yeah, it's fine, but I would have hoped to see no changes or actually a couple more buffs to the commando. But yeah, we'll have to see how it performs against chargers actually and Bile Titans now. Yes, the flamethrower buff we talked about before. And also about Impalers, they increased the damage of their tentacle. I don't see why they would do that when they already increased the damage we take on all body parts. I got insta-killed by an Impaler tentacle on a direct hit. But yeah, they don't really hit you that often, but when it happens, you're dead. You're just dead. And they also said about Impalers, they fixed those instances where it erupts from the ground and just throws you into another planet. And they fix this by simply like that when it erupts from the ground, you get damaged, and that's it. You get some damaged, and you get like kind of pushed away, but not ragdolled. I don't think it ragdolls you. It just pushes you away and damages you, which is fine. And they say that it can still happen. That like yeah, they reduce the instances, but it can still happen, which is fine. They probably get improved. Also, I didn't say about the spear. The spear can now insta kill Hulks, which is juicy. I love it. And it can even insta kill Factory Striders. I shot to a Factory Strider with my spear, hit him in the face, and he just collapsed dead. I was like, holy shit, dude. I was happy to see that. And yeah, spear is now a lot better. I love it. I just love it. Grenades. They increase the damage of the shrapnel by 50%. Nice. This will now be an even better shaft clear grenade. I'll give an extra grenade from 4 to 5. Refill from supplies from 2 to 3. Nice, actually, 60%. That's 60%. An explosion radius increase. Lovely. Nice. And the terabyte grenade, like, I don't know if like this is a typo, but I think it isn't. Like, the final explosion 100 to 2000 is actually pretty good. I've seen people use it, and it killed charge rather good. And I believe this is not a typo because they reduced the max number of carryable grenades from 4 to 3. So yes, 2000 is a lot. Like it hurts a lot. Then shorter fuse and time until it explodes slightly reduced. So does it mean that it deals less damage over time overall? I don't know. They didn't mention anything about this. Anyway, we are done for weapons. Let's go to gameplay. Oh yes, I love the mode wheel feature. I love it. And now the Galactic War Map can display the location of strategically important assets. Nice. This will make it much easier for Helldivers to take them into consideration when deciding on the next move. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it must be important for PS5. Emote wheel with four emotes is actually pretty good. Like, it's incredible they did it so fucking fast. Like, they have some very good coders in their team, not gonna lie. And yes, enemies. I talked about enemies a moment ago, about a few enemies, but we're gonna dive into them, of course. Pun not intended. The fabricators now have a health and armor, which this means they can be destroyed by things like rockets. Like, if I'm not mistaken, before this, you couldn't, like, if you shot directly at it with like the recoilless rifle, you wouldn't do anything to it, but the spear would work even though they both have the same penetration. Now they changed it, and you can shoot them, I guess, from any side. Gonna take like a couple of missiles, a couple of rockets, but you can damage them. Add the effects to clearly showcase their health state. So, oh yes, so I guess they will start like smoking and flaming when they are low, or yeah, okay, good. I like this. This is nice. Hulks, all versions. Armor reduced from 5 to 4, and this means that the how is it called, the HMG emplacement is gonna damage them on like on any body part. I love this. The back weak spot slightly more durable. This isn't really significant. Like, I stunned a Hulk earlier and dumped a few shots with my Diligence CS. It died just as fast as before. Like, actually, maybe it even took less shots than that. But yeah, they increased their durable HP, but reduced their total health from 1000 to 800, which is nice. And the Hulk Bruiser, this is like the rocket launcher was replaced with an energy-based cannon. This is the same cannon you can find on command bunkers. Like, if it hits you, you are dead, insta kill. Like, good thing they don't have a good aim with that. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't nerf the command bunker. Actually, I'm actually very surprised. And increased how frequently the Hulk Bruiser shoots. I don't see why they would do this, but okay. Tank from front armor increases from 5 to 6. I don't see why they would do this. Like, a shot to the front wouldn't reduce the health that much, especially with all the rocket launchers. Like, Oh yes, they probably did this because now the rocket launcher would deal 65% total damage to the tank if hit on the front rather than 50%. But it's fine. The turret is still the same, and that's the weak spot. You shoot at the turret of the tanks, okay? Not the front. You shoot at the turret of the tanks, and if you want to immobilize the tank, you can always shoot at their tracks with a weapon that has at least AP4. It isn't super fast, but eventually that track is gonna break and immobilize the tank. Berserkers have received a nice rework. I love this. They now die super quickly. They are much more dangerous, but the abdomen is now a weak spot, unlike before. Like it was like all shiny and it was like bright, but it wasn't a weak spot. And they reduce their health and reduce the head of their health. And now you can pretty much insta kill them with most high damaging weapon to the head. But even to the abdomen, it just takes like 3 shots from the Diligence CS and they drop. I love this change. Beautiful work on these enemies. They were so annoying before, and now they are more of a threat but can be disposed quickly. Nice. Devastators. And I'm so glad to say that they implemented what I had suggested, which is the how is it called, the suppressive fire. This completely fixed, like yeah, they reduced the main health just slightly, but this single addition completely fixed the heavy devastators. They are now less cancer than before because you can shoot them and their arm will flinch. Like how does it taste? The same medicine, bitch. And yes, you can, and it's effectively just increases their dispersion because while their arm flinches, their shots will go all over the place, and they will have a hard time hitting you. This is nice. I absolutely love this. It fixed heavy devastators almost completely, and this also applies to the standard devastators, of course. Which, by the way, the abdomen is now a weak spot. Is also valid for the devastators, right? Like they drop just as fast with the. I can't believe this thing had 1,000 health, dude. They drop just as fast now because of the damage of the health pools reductions. Then we have, of course, the rocket devastators. They were teased, which are now much more bearable because you will often find these devastators already out of rockets because they lock onto you while you're maybe doing something else behind a wall, behind a building, and they're just gonna waste their ammo all over the place. And you peek around the corner and you're like, oh look, he's out of ammo. And of course, you're gonna kill him easy. Gunships, yeah, gunships, sure, they can run out of rockets, but their machine gun is still very, very deadly. And it's, of course, automaton weapons are still not affected by cold planets. I don't know why they didn't implement that, but. And oh yes, and I like how they reworked the cold, extremely cold, and extreme heat effects. We're gonna talk about it later, but if I wanted to add one thing, I believe like the extreme cold should not like reduce the rate of fire of energy-based weapon because those weapons are like kind of hot every time, and I believe those weapons shouldn't get affected by it. Like sure, you get affected by the like they cool down much faster, but the rate of fire shouldn't get affected. Like so, like you get punished on one planet, but you get a buff on the other with these specific weapons, and the opposite too. With regular weapons, you can fire just fine on hot planets. You change mag, you don't overheat, and on cold planets, you have your rate of fire reduced. I would like if they implement that eventually. Anyway, yes, rockets collisions are smaller. This is nice. I didn't notice this much. Actually, I did. Now you almost never get ragdolled by the rockets, and when you do, they don't really hurt that much. Anyway, oh yes, chargers. Chargers armor reduced from 5 to 4. Their ass is now 950 and less durable. They don't specify how much durable it is, but like I didn't have many chances. Their ass exploded after a couple of grenades from the grenade launcher, so you can definitely notice the difference. And yes, I said before the belly armor from 4 to 2. And a damage multiplier has been added to the charger's exposed flesh of the main body, now dealing 300% damage. Oh yeah, about this, I shot a charger with the sight, and bro, that thing took quite a few seconds to die. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's always about the sight. The sight needs more love because they dropped so fast with other weapons, but with the sight, just takes a bit. And this is welcome. Now the turn slide is lower, especially when charging and moving normally. But to compensate, which is fine, their charge damage is increased and sun attack damage is increased. This doesn't really still one-shot you. I don't believe it does. I remember before an enemy got rammed and removed like half of his health. Didn't get killed though. But like if you get run over by the charger, you're gonna die. Just 100%. Did anyone get the number of that charger that ran me over? VLG reference there. My bad. Sorry. Charger Behemoth. Okay, they specified this for Charger Behemoth, even though here it says all versions. Lol. Okay. Oh yes, it says because Charger actually had more health on its ass at 100, 1200 instead of 1100. Huh. Okay. Reduce the health of hunters just barely. Could have reduced a bit more, but better than nothing, I guess. Reduce health of scavengers from 80 to 60. I mean, I don't know why your melee damage deals 60 damage, deals 50 damage, but I guess this is for when you pick you take armors that like pick physique allows to insta kill you scavengers from any angle you hit them, and you don't have to hit them on the head. Bile Titan armor reduced from 5 to 4, okay. And Berry armor reduced from 4 to 2. I don't see many players like shooting them here because, of course, Bile Titan is dangerous, but this is nice. And includes a separate belly health pool once the outer belly layer has been destroyed. And destroying this most belly health pool kills the Bile Titan. I believe this health pool here of the belly is like must be a lot of health. So yes, if you want, you can damage it. Like if you don't have like any anti-tank at hand, but it's gonna take a while. Okay. Impaler. Armor reduced, yes, nice. You can just now shoot this with an anti-tank on the leg, and you remove the armor and kill it very quickly with any primary. It just works. I did this with the exosuit, the Patriot, and it died very, very fast. And okay, then this previously the Impaler could only retract its tentacles once during its entire lifetime when threatened. Now it can do it several times. Its tentacles pursue you over a shorter distance. Yeah, this is noticeable. I noticed this. Like you don't get chased all over the place, X-ray style by the Impaler. Now it kind of has to to see you to target you. Yes, nice. And they increase their damage and reduce the camera shake of a tentacle attack. I have this disabled, so I couldn't give a shit. And yes, this is noticeable. They now require less damage. They go down in like I'm mistaken. What was the weapon I was using? Well, they die pretty fast. It was something explosive, probably the AMR, actually. And yes, but regular primaries still need a few shots still. But yeah, this is noticeable, which is nice. Then yes, we have okay, stratagems time. Every stratagem capable of damaging heavy armored enemies has had their damage increased to account for the increased health of heavier enemies. This is incredibly noticeable, especially with the spear. I told you it can now one-shot the factory striders. This is just chef kiss. And of course, they gave the reason here. The goal with this change is to have the stratagems on similar or higher power level than before. In addition to that, we have made the following changes as well. The explosion of the 500 kg is nice, but like I've had a couple of times the 500 kg like it exploded. I was kind of a safe distance, but it completely removed both of the arms of my exosuit, and I was completely useless, even though the exosuit itself was fine. It wasn't smoking, it wasn't significantly damaged. So they need to fix the exosuits in relation with the 500 kg. Because I believe it has to do with how the damage propagates outwards. Which, yeah, it's fine. Eagle rockets damage is slightly increased. I barely see these used, but I'll have to test them out. They increase the stagger of the Gatling sentries, and I used the Tesla before. It's actually quite good, better than before, of course, because they increase the stagger force, and of course it has the same effect as the Raptor, where it can now stun chargers. It's nice. The Tesla Tower is nice. HMG emplacement, they increase the stagger force, nice, and of course it can damage the heavier enemies. Patriot Exosuit, increase stagger for the Gatling, nice. The Emancipator got so much love, guys. Look at this, holy shit. Durable damage increased from 60 to 150, but if this wasn't enough, they increased the RPM. Sorry, yes, the RPM from 125 to 175. This now shoots so fucking fast. It melts Bile Titans if you shoot them in the head. They go down just so fucking fast. And while the rocket launcher of the Patriot, it can still like kill Bile Titans with a couple of rockets, this is just better, especially because it also got 25 extra bullets per arm for a total of 50 extra. The Emancipator is just goated now. I hope they give more love to the Patriot exosuit, as I said, more ammo for the Gatling. And I hope eventually in a ship upgrade for the vehicles. We want more vehicles, Arrowhead. You know it. We want more vehicles. Absolutely. Orbital laser damage increased. Nice. Even though I would have increased actually instead these two I would have changed the target priorities, like orbital rail cannon, remove the alpha commanders, and reduce cooldown. I'm surprised they still haven't reduced the cooldown of this. The orbital rail cannon, but if it now insta kills Bile Titans, it might be worth taking. I'll have to try it out. And yes, damage increased. Maybe they increased the damage so it does one shot Bile Titans. I haven't really seen, actually I have seen one used, but it was used on a charger, and well, it was one shotting the chargers even before the update, so can't say much about that. And I don't know how this works. I have seen a couple of gases being used, but honestly, I didn't really find this. Like, I didn't really see the difference. Like, cause blindness and confuse enemies. Like, I was chilling into the gas cloud with my exosuit, and the enemies were still targeting me just fine. And this suffers a bit because they reduced the damage over time of this, and they improved the visual effect. That's one thing. Now it looks like a giant fart on the ground, which is nice. You can see where it is and not die to it anymore. But yeah, this rework, not a big fan. I hope they will adjust it further. Planets and modifiers. Yes, as I said before, the intense heat and extreme cold modifiers are no longer static throughout the entire mission, and may now change based on time of day or different weather condition. If I'm not mistaken, I had suggested this in the past. I don't know if I suggested it directly to them in the moderator to developer chat. I was a Discord mod, you guys know. And yes, I had suggested like that maybe during nighttime, hot planets should have their effect either removed or reduced. But now it makes a lot more sense that at nighttime, the heat modifier is the extreme hot is changed to extreme cold, and vice versa, which it's more realistic and makes sense, and it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool because you get the time of day affects the mission you're playing. If you start a mission that is like close to the half of the planet that is dark, for example, and you start during the day, if the planet rotation is as you think, like you can have the day turn into night. It happens literally instantly. It's not like a smooth fade, but like you get light and then darkness. And this is like a dynamic effect. It's the first time they had something like this, a dynamic effect. Like, I don't know if it works. I should test that out, but if it does, it's actually pretty cool. You go from cold to hot, and from hot to cold. It's nice. Arid planets, similar to Hellmire planet, and will only have the intense heat modifier active during fire tornado storms, which is nice, very nice. Fixes: fixed per weapon aiming mode. Oh yes, this bug was pretty annoying. And important fixes: they fixed the ADS of the weapons. Here, soft locks. I won't read them all. I'll show them on the screen if you guys want to read them. There is a couple that are very important. Yes, these ones, for example, of the high value asset objective, like enemies will spawn on top of the extraction. Extraction is like the helipad. Sometimes bots can do that, especially bots. Not so much with the bugs, but bots can be dropped on top of there. And if you don't have like someone patrolling there, you can lose the mission very fast. And enemies can no longer shoot generators from spawn points or from far away, but they didn't fix yet the thing of the enemies can like shoot multiple times. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a video like multiple weapons instances can spawn, like where you can find like those machine guns of the automatons. You can find like two at the same spot and have two Helldivers like compenetrate into each other, and while this is funny, like you don't really want to have a factory strider cannon shoot you one, two, three times even, at like one after the other. They need to fix that. Okay, and then they fix the enemy padding. And oh yes, they try to enter the base from the mountain on the side, and they would like stand stuck there pretty much. So I'm glad this was fixed. At the more protection from the generators, I should check this mission type to see how they changed it. Heavy and flying enemies now prioritize attacking the player before the generators and the gates. This was a big issue with gunships. Not so much with shriekers, they weren't such a bother, but with gunships, oh boy, this was so annoying. Fixed an issue where enemies would stop spawning for a period of time when host leaves the mission. Okay, almost never noticed this. Actually, I did, but yeah, glad that's fixed. Also, about this, they added a delay on Eradicate mission. Like, enemies now take, like, I think 15 to 20 seconds before it spawns. I guess they did this to let the players, prep, call down supplies, sentries, weapons, exosuits, which is actually, I thought the mission was bugged, but I figured out pretty quick. It was just a delay that was added. So don't worry, it's a delay, not a bug. Okay, yes, they fixed the geological survey mission where the seismic probe could become inoperable if a player called it and left the game or disconnected. Yes, and they fixed the bug where the other one that you can't use the terminal anymore. Even though like it can bug sometimes still, like it happened today, but being in multiplayer should fix the issue. Though single player, no. And yes, all the fixes for the impalers, which is nice. Now you shouldn't get like flung away as much as before. It can still happen, how like it says here, but yes, it is noticeable. I can confirm this. I played a few games before. I can confirm this. Fixed enemies not receiving damage properly when more than 10 meters away from the player. I believe this is like the damage drop off bug we talked about. I believe, not sure. Finally, this is fixed. Fixed an issue whereby titans may sometimes not take damage to the head. Although you do get the hit marker and all that, it does no damage. It used to do no damage. Now it's fixed, thankfully. I played it. I played a few games with the recoilless rifle before. It is fixed. And even with the quasar cannon, it works. Fix the issue cause, yes, the weapon should be below the crosser when aiming down sight in first person. And oh yes, this again, Fix the causes where the Hivebreaker drill might become inaccessible after being called in. This talks about the how it's called the terminal. Like it still kind of happens. It happened to one player before, but another player was able to make it work. So this still need to you guys still need to keep an eye on this on the hive breaker drill. Like I don't know what could possibly cause this. Maybe your spaghetti code. I don't know. But yeah, HMG scope is fixed. Nice. Finally, I should give this baby boy another try. Um, I dissed the HMG. I should give it another try, especially now that it's all fixed. Might make a video on it. Actually, I'll make a poll after this. Yes, why not? Fixed issue where the first-person view was misaligned with weapon sights. When yes, we use the ballistic shield. Yes, nice. Like you wouldn't shoot where for example your laser was pointing at if you had a weapon with a laser equipped. Two personal modes gets fixed. Okay. Oh yes, I remember this happening. Like, got two confidential data spawning in an automaton mega outpost. Was pretty cool, but it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, it's just a few samples. Like, who cares if there's like multiple spawning? But yeah, fixed an instance of automatons shooting through walls. Like, this is not completely fixed because it's still on their priority fixes list, which we're gonna read too. But yeah, I guess they fixed some of it. Eagle payloads sometimes not blowing up in swamp biomes. What about just making so the eagle payloads just pierce through the fucking trees and explode where I want them? Like, eagle becomes almost useless on this. Come on these biomes. Come on. Only visually zero rewards. Okay, okay. Reinforced Scout Strider showing the wrong name. Okay. Oh, by the way, talking about this Strider, now the missiles on its side can explode in one hit from the diligence. Yes, I love this. I love this. Yes, sorry. I don't know why they would remove this. It was actually a pretty cool Easter egg. And actually, in those foggy ass planets, I would totally bring this the orbital flare, like especially on foggy planets. You have no idea how much, like for example, when you throw a hell not a hell bomb, sorry. Oh yes, hell bombs are now pingable, by the way. When you throw 500 kg and there's fog, the light from the explosion allows you to briefly see what's going on in front of you. I would totally take the orbital flare in foggy planets if it existed, especially if it had like some low cooldown, like 30 seconds or something like that. It's just a flare, right? Doesn't do anything, and it's a shame they like. I don't know what deprecated means, but I guess they just don't use it, or maybe in the future. I don't know, but Arrowhead, please. We want this. Anyway, okay. 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 All right. Okay, yes, this one, pingable hell bombs is nice. Okay, yes, this one, it was like it was a small text that showed up under your name when you extracted, even successfully, and it says failed to extract. It was stupid, but yeah, it's fixed now. This must have been so annoying. I'm glad it's fixed. Solve the issue where the player will not unlock the new difficulties after fulfilling the requirements for it. Not block terminal input. Okay. Will now unready the player. They need to fix like the thing where if a player join right as the mission starts, you get soft lock. Actually, maybe they did fix it. Let me go check. Hold up. Unique skins. Oh, the other day I gave a supply with the supply pack to a teammate, and bro just crashed right there. Like I felt bad because I caused it. Like damn. We participate in a secondary objective. French Canadian. A new player is hot to join. Maybe this. No, it was a soft lock, not a crash. Okay. Looks like what I mentioned was not fixed. Maybe they don't even know about it. Oh well. Anyway, let's keep going down. Impact explosion was not okay. Oh yes, about the 500 kg, they finally reintroduced the ticking. When it lands, you can now hear it ticking, ting ting ting. Like it was removed, but I'm so happy it's such a small detail, but I loved it so much, dude. I'm so happy they introduced it back. Thank you, Arrowhead. It's just such a stupid, useless detail, but I love it so much. You have no idea when I made my video, how's it called, my montage video. I had to scavenge for so many videos because the ticking was removed, and I had to look for old videos which still had it, and I rummaged through so many shorts until I found a decent one. Oh, that was painful. I would have to waited months for that to happen again. Jeez, bad memories. Sorry. Red zone size during drop select. Okay, that's nice. Better sub. Okay, nice. Enemies now spawn during. Ah, okay. So, oh, that's why now when the flag is raising, it spawns enemies. That's why it was. I noticed something was different. We were kept getting swarmed. Okay, it was on purpose. Okay, I like this. Not too bad. I like this. Sure, not bad. This isn't a fix, by the way, or is it? Was it supposed to happen and they just didn't work? Okay, that's yeah. I mean, it was pretty boring just staying there, hearing that annoying ass music and he posing on top of the flag as it raises. Like, but yeah, added another visual effect to the orbital cannon. Orbital cannon? What cannon? Right cannon? Which cannon? There's many cannons. Anyway, flipping through assets. Combat worker bumping into a big building will destroy it. Combat Walker? Is this the Factory Strider? The name they use for the Factory Strider? Maybe. I guess. Some acid bouncing flamethrower flames back. Okay. Custom fire. Oh yes, this. I think this like. I don't know if this affects the sickle, but they updated the sound of the sickle. Now it sounds different, even though the previous sound wasn't too bad, honestly. I love this one. Also, by the way, there is a bug. I don't know if they have it here in the list, but like uh, the audio kind of glitches out, and you stop hearing certain things. Like it's like it gets progressively slower. Sorry, progressively worse. If I'm not mistaken, for me, it was triggered when like 500 kg exploded in front of me, and it, as I said before, it destroyed both of my arms, of the exosuit's arms, and like that caused like a double L audio cue for the arms getting destroyed, and that kind of fucked up the rest of the audio. But I'm not entirely sure if this is the reason. But what can I say? I'm a good tester. I'm not a tester, but no, I'm not joking. I'm not a tester for this fucking game. I wish, but I'm a good tester when it is about testing. I know how to test things. And funny, I don't have a job as a tester. Like most testers, I don't know, testers need to either work for the company in the company workplace. I've never heard of, but why not? It should be fucking possible, right? Like working from home as a tester, whatever. Okay, and let's see their top priority. Yeah, I would say this is the top priority right now. This, like compared to this, like yes, but oh, actually no. This, this is also very on a priority. Should also be priority, of course. This means that you are soft locked and you can't play. This should be fixed. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, that's fine. Even though I simply suggested to lower the despawn time of these kind of corpses to like 10 seconds. This would reduce the amount of instances this happens. But those fucking corpses like to hang for quite a long time. Like especially with the chargers and impalers, they are so fucking big. And I like that this is a top priority. Like if this is not intended, it will be nice, especially when you want to like place a stratagem on top of a cliff. If they fix this, goat guys, if you fix this, you are goated. And after this, the only thing left to fix is the fucking ledge grab system. Please, please, I beg. The ledge grab system needs to get fixed. Okay. Ah, okay, nice. Large units have no audio cues, allowing them to sneak up on players. Okay, this is a problem they want to fix. Okay, medium priority. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Hmm. You should put here in priority list that anti-tank mines should only trigger on heavy targets, but I don't think an issue, but they simply forgot to make so. And I swear, I hate so much people that bring landmines or whatever, especially anti-tank mines. They are so hard to spot because they aren't as shiny as the anti-personal mines. And I often found myself dying or even walking on top of them with the exosuit and just losing my arms because of the fucking anti-tank mine. Come on, dude. Like, bro, it's so annoying. Ah, and granted, it makes sense that an exosuit triggers the anti-tank landmine. Completely fair. I just want to see them. I just want to fucking see them. Yes, this also happens with with the booster, like the booster explosive booster of the booster that pretty much explodes and sets everything on fire when a drop pod lands. Not a drop pod, sorry, a hell pod. Goddamn DRG, a hell pod lands. And I've noticed today someone brought this and it got fucked up. Like the booster now sets you on fire and it can kill you. It could kill you before, but now it sets you on fire. And I've seen people get set on fire by the booster when landing, and they were still inside the helipod. Which, of course, being inside the helipod grants you god frames, but you're still gonna lose some health by being on fire, even though you can just dive and put out the flames. But it is annoying, and they don't seem to know about it. Oh, sorry, I'm a good tester. Sorry. I notice things. I'm not bragging, but I notice things that some people may just overlook. That's why I say I'm a good tester. But aside that, I overly try stuff. When I like something, I try it so much, I find all the possible issues with it and the bugs and everything. Like, it's just in my nature. I don't know what to say. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to brag there. Sorry. I damage weapons will not detonate hell bombs. Last time I tried, it worked. But okay. And this has been in their priority for so long. But yeah, I guess This is like very low priority. Like, yeah, sure, it's fine. Who cares? Anyway, like it's so fucking rare that this happens. But yeah. Anyway, that was it, guys. So tell me what you think about the update, and tell me if you like it, and tell me if you like or don't like this change of making us take more damage. I don't like it. I despise it. I hope this gets removed. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.